right.
They might have been hearing us talking without you talking.
Nope.
If you haven't... Oh, okay. You did
No,
mute it.
I made sure to mute stream. By the way, stream, hi. Welcome to session 2 of Irelian Nights. Yeah, that's what I named this campaign. Welcome one and all. Let's just do a quick rundown of people here, starting Discord order Ace. That was a bit muffled, but alright.
Ranger.
There we go. Masked Kuthar.
Hello, my name is Mast.
Yeah, that's good. Ix Nicoletta.
Ix, Lauren, or Nicoletta. I will go by anything.
Alright.
Hello, anything.
Alright. And Warloff Andromeda.
Hello, I am Warlock. I will be playing Andromeda, the Triton Paladin.
Oh, that I keep forgetting that's the accent you were going for, and it hits me every time.
That is an act.
I didn't know we were supposed to be doing our accents.
No,
yeah, shit.
that was a
You
choice,
don't have
and
to,
I'm
it's just what I
completely
do.
in for it.
I have to get ready for my voice, so hold on. I'm gonna go drink some peach juice real quick.
Also, I'm sending everybody virtual health pots because I got them and I'm sharing.
Sick. How much?
What?
You will see in a second.
I'm so confused.
Virtual health pot. What?
Candy.
Oh, those are candy. Oh, that's
Oh
sick.
my.
Actually, it's pretty cool.
I
They're
don't
cherry
have
candy,
Discord
they're
on my
very good.
screen right now. Frick. Alright, one sec. I want to
If
see
you
this.
have it on your phone, it'll be on your phone.
I mean, yes, in hindsight, that would be a good idea, but I don't think. That's it. That's the end of the sentence.
Same.
We are going to jump right into where we left off, but before that, real quick. As of right now, Cold, who plays Arthur, will not be joining us for the next few weeks because of real life stuff. We're not Critical Role. We don't get paid for this. This is just a home game I felt like streaming. So that being said,
Yeah.
we are going to hop right back in the middle of Siniscus Lake, where the 5 of the adventurers, people, the party, are on this keelboat that was, I believe you chose the Orca.
did.
And as it's
Whatever had the purple.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
Orca.
did.
Now as it was running along, the sails kind of billowing in the wind. Good thing for you that it's in your favor. There was roiling in the lake, as if the sea was angry. And not before long, there was impact. A rock that kind of echoed throughout this ship, and our friends Andromeda and Arthur had jumped in to see the commotion. Now,
I
as
take off my jacket and I
Yes, you
set
did.
down my jacket.
and as Andromeda, we're gonna look from your point of view. As you dive in, full like arms above the head in a nice like curve, and you break the water surface, bubbles kind of flow up all of a sudden. You take in a deep breath, knowing that you can currently, and you look to the side, and you don't see Arthur. You don't even see the bubbles that would have come as he goes into the water. There's just nothing. I would like to have you give a perception check real quick. First roll of the night.
Okay. Let's see what my perception is. Everybody hear me?
I didn't hear the number.
Got a 19.
Okay. So with the 19, looking around, it's not really the thing about Arthur disappearing from nowhere that really gets you on edge, even though it should reasonably. It is the sheer size of what has latched itself onto the boat. As you look to the side of this like oaken keelboat and notice that the snail you recognized from the bubbling water that typically does that through gas exchange, easily 10 foot in all directions, just kind of slowly creeps its way, as snails do, up into the side and on the bottom. It doesn't seem to be immediately doing anything, but it is for sure not helping, as it kind of like curls up, and you see a main thing. 3 kind of stalk tentacle-like things that sprout out from the end of its shell at where the mouth would be. 3 mace-like objects, kind of spiked with a bulb at the end. This is what you know as a aquatic dwarven flail snail, or dwarf flail snail. And it's just kind of casually making its way over the boat, seemingly to eat whatever barnacles or algae is currently on it.
Yeah,
Swim back up to the
no thank you.
surface.
Alright, so Andromeda, you swim up to the surface, you break the water's surface, and you look at everyone else. From what I remember, Nicoletta's just hanging over the edge, just trying to see what's going on.
Who has my cat?
Oh, as your cat, you're looking. Or with your cat.
So
I'm sorry.
which one of you has my cat?
I'm pretty sure the cat was on the jacket where we left off. It's been a while.
Okay.
I legit almost thought your cat was a familiar for a solid second.
No.
And I'm like, oh yeah,
It is a regular cat.
just the cat.
I do have
This
to feed
is an
it.
animal. Yeah, so you see Captain Apostrophe just kind of curled up on your jacket. It's gonna be warm when you get out, that's for sure.
I was right. It is a snail.
Do we see the snail, by the way, Zins?
The water's not the best clarity in the world, since it is like, it's a lake, whatever's in the lake is all murky. If you want, actually, I'm not even gonna ask for a check. What is your passive perception?
Right, let me look.
And if
I have
anybody
that.
on the boat wants to make a same kind of number
I would
check thing.
I would rather make a perception roll because my passive perception is 9. I want to make a roll.
Okay, yeah, you could roll. You could roll for it.
Thank-
That's
thank
reasonable.
you. Thank
I'll let you have that.
Passive is 13.
I'm trying to get to my stuff because I thought I had everything open. I did not.
That is just I think. Oof, it's 11 minus 10, so it's just minus 1, so it's 10. So hey, at least it was 1 better.
It's
than
1
my
better.
So what are we?
So either your
Rolling slash-
passive perception or you can make a perception roll. I'll take either, but I'd prefer a passive just so we don't have to like slow it down with the
12.
rolling. All right,
12 for me.
Perception is 13.
cool. So, Nicoletta and Ace, you kind of looking over, you see something that could very much resemble a snail, as a hardened, spiky shell of the carapace kind of like moves. You can't make out many of like the distinct features that you would recognize as this certain snail, but it's a thing moving on your boat for sure.
So, what do we do?
Can somebody
The
tell
way
me what's down there?
Very
Big
large snail.
snail.
Do not mess with it.
So I can't hit it.
Underwater, so it is not advised.
What do we do?
How I say we let it be as it is, king of the barnacles.
It won't bother us?
As long as you don't get close to it.
Kind of on our boat?
Don't mind the sound.
It stays there for more than half a day. I say we deal with it, but for now.
I mean, if it's tearing apart our boat, we probably should go do something about it.
Didn't it cause a break
There was
in the
an
boat?
impact. There was no actual like major damage that you are now sinking, but there was a rock that you could assume was the snail physically attaching itself to the boat.
Oh, okay.
You should keep going. It is all for now.
So, no escargot. Got it. Alright.
Escargot.
Ill-advised.
Ace, with your 13 passive perception, you also notice that, first of all, Arthur didn't come up out of the water, but also his book that he left on the actual deck of the boat has, safe to say, disappeared with a small, like, bubble or a puddle of water in its kind of absence there.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit creeped out about that.
Now that we've got it kind of sorted out, I'm gonna, if there's a way to get a ladder down, because there's ladders. Yeah,
There's definitely going to be like a rope ladder, probably just below deck or near like the actual covered parts of the boat. If you want,
I'm gonna go look for. Yeah, I'm gonna go look for one or see if there's one around and toss it in for Andromeda.
Mm-hmm. So you could definitely toss it out, and yeah, I'm not even gonna ask for a check for that because I'm not willing for you to fail throwing a ladder. You throw a ladder down to Andromeda. I'm assuming you're just gonna take it up perfectly fine. Like, you don't want to like do any cool flips.
Let's continue this journey.
Alright.
Hopefully the snail doesn't get too angry.
That's the plan. So as you move through this lake, the snail doesn't move much. Like, it ends up just throughout the day, because it is not letting go throughout the day. It ends up moving to the other side of the boat, and soon you realize that it's the physical weight of it is pulling you guys off course slightly. So, preferably, the idea was to go from Ostium to Orabus for a stop, and then make your way to Montabus for the actual mission part. However, it's looking more like you going towards that little, I need to... The other one. There. There's that little bay cove-like deal with a bunch of smaller islands that you couldn't really like call islands. They're more like atoll, not an atoll. That's glorified sandbars.
Who wants to help me deal with the snail?
I'll take that.
Can you swim?
I sink, but I think I can swim.
Fair enough.
Enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
I mean, I don't think the waves can keep up with me. I'm very tall.
It is very deep.
Deep.
Kuthar, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you currently wearing your heavy armor, and are you going into the water with it?
Not really, no. I'm going to take off the. I'm going to be the smart and take off my armor before going into the water. Because plate armor, I generically think will give me disadvantage in the water, so I'm going to be smart.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm going to be smart.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Just checking.
I'm not that dumb.
Just want to
okay?
make sure, right?
It goes into the full, like, I'm sinking. Well, that's because you have your armor on.
That's because you're wearing chainmail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are going to head over to our lovely, lovely map.
Ooh, map. Mappo.
Yay, a map.
So that is what the snails look like. Only three
Yeah.
tentacles instead of 5, because I can't. There's no way I'm getting custom art.
Right.
So,
No.
as
could
the
Photoshop those out.
I wish I was competent in that, but alas.
Yeah.
So, as we have the 4 adventurers here, how are you going to try and deal with this, Andromeda? Because you just said deal with it, and that could mean a lot of things.
We're gonna try to pry it off of our boat.
All right. So are you just gonna like use your longsword and just kind of use it like a crowbar? Is that what I'm like getting from that?
That would be smarter. The longsword does have a massive crack, like halfway up it, so probably not the best idea.
I mean, I could use my halberd to do something about that, actually.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like
some
one
rope
of
around
those...
it to pull it off.
Yeah. We could use that as a wedge if you wanted to, and then just like lean on the halberd together, Andromeda, and we could just pry that thing right off.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hop in the water.
All right.
Sploosh.
In the air to make sure I'm not touching the boats.
All
Without
right.
my plate armor. So my plate armor is here. Ping.
Oh, all right, all right. Nicoletta, what are you doing in this situation?
Sorry.
What are you doing in this situation? I said.
They've hopped in the water to deal with the snail, you right?
Yes,
Like, this is later in the
has
afternoon?
taken flight. And both Kuthar and Andromeda are gonna try and wedge it, like physically, like with Kuthar's halberd, like a crowbar, just take it off physically.
Like those sticker peeling off, like, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
I have a javelin. I don't know how many I have, but it says I have a javelin. So
So you're
I'm
gonna
going
try-
to. I'm actually gonna stay up and watch them
All right.
if I can see them, like through the water, and then if it starts looking like it's gonna attack, I'm gonna throw it to get its attention. Like, okay, hold on. If I see it going to attack, would I be able to jump in the water the other way and like throw my javelin at it? Or is that not one action?
No,
that's
I would
almost
I
an
would
reaction.
count throwing in the water as your or going into the water as your movement, and then your action to throw. So you could
Okay.
do that in one turn.
Okay, then yeah, I'll quote unquote hold because I know we're not in combat.
Yeah.
So until I see it starting to attack, that's what I want to do.
Of course. All right then. Let's do this. So, I'm actually gonna get Andromeda and Kuthar to tell me what check you think this should be. Cause I'm interested on how you want to go about this. Are you gonna try and like sleight of hand it off, just brute force the athletics?
I would think more of like kind of like I want to kind of like ease into it just in case like it's like super hard stuck in there. Like maybe like maybe a strength check as well of like I don't know. It's kind of like a sleight of hands mixed with a strength check, I think. Like
I don't think any of my proficiencies are relative to the situation, so.
I mean,
Alright.
if you're looking for brute force, that's what I have. But I mean,
Yeah.
let's check if my sleight of hands is good.
Okay,
I
so
think
here's the thing. Alright. I will let you do either a sleight of hand based on strength. So just your strength score. If you have proficiency in sleight of hand, I'll let you add that. Or the other way around with a dex-based athletics check. That seems
No.
reasonable.
I'll just probably use my for like a strength.
Alright.
I'm just doing
Based
this
sleight of hand.
because I've got. All right. So,
So
strength based. I'll add my 4 onto my sleight of hands because strength.
this is going to be a opposed roll, so the snail will try to resist and roll as well. Let's see.
Fair, dude, because the dude just doesn't want to be like picked up.
Alright, you're looking to beat a
Okay,
4.
both.
I'm
Both
looking.
of us
for
need to
four.
roll.
I'll just say with advantage because Andromeda is helping more than anything in this scenario from what I'm hearing.
Ah.
All right, so that would be a 15 plus my 4.
Yeah. So as you kind of like leverage your halberd, just barely under this creature, ever so slightly, and you just pull back with Andromeda's help and down, and you see it. You hear like as the snail is kind of like less ejected and more just detached from this boat, and it just slowly floats down. Do I want a perception check or do I want passive again?
I'll roll because I don't.
Yeah, if you want to roll, you can roll.
I'm specifically watching for it to attack, so I don't know if you want me to roll too.
Oh. That's
Yeah,
a nat
Nicoletta,
one.
you're looking closely. Sorry, was that a nat 20 I heard
Yeah,
from Kusar?
nat 1. No.
Oh, I heard
one
nat
from
and
me.
got
No,
excited.
it's-
Oh no.
I got a nat 20 though.
oh, thank God.
Oh, fuck.
Of course.
Am I rolling too, you said?
I mean, if you want.
I don't know if it was pertaining, it's just...
No, yeah, because you were keeping a close eye on it, so I'll
Mhm.
allow it.
Ah,
I'm
wrong
definitely
place.
using a dice roller. Why are my rolls this good?
I don't know what I rolled before that. That is a perception, you said? 12.
Perception. Alright. So, for Nicoletta, you don't see much. It does almost like use... Because snails have, like the squishy body, and it's like
Mhm.
trying to do a wave motion, almost to try and like get it at the same level. It's trying to make its way back. Kuthar, this thing is totally being aggressive to you, my guy.
Oh.
Like, you see this as an affront. Andromeda, with that nat 20, you notice that around its mouth, right when you get the pull off and it kind of like detaches, you see the bottom of it. And it seems like there's some sort of paper object. You can't make out exactly what's on it, like what's written on it, but there's definitely text in a writing you think you understand.
Can I go to grab it?
Yeah. So you just kind of very lightly take out off this paper thing from the underbelly of it, and you just hear a slow rip as an adhesive starts to just slowly tear off this creature. It seems like some sort of label right on it, and with the water, it's like it's stained. It's very, very like fragile. It's almost as if it was like a liquid itself, just kind of floating there. And you read a very broken up text. There seems to be like a piece missing, almost in like, you don't think it's an actual bite, but it looks like just the shape of a bite mark just taken out of the middle. Jason's blank, and then you see at the bottom just elixir.
Hey, what language is it in?
It is in common.
Uh, is the snail going back to our boat?
It's going to attempt to. It does not.
Just
The
like-
snail is not rolling well.
Just like turn it around.
You just gently like use your one hand and just kind of spin it around in midair, in mid-water rather.
Hmm.
Just towards the bottom, or like any direction that's not the boat.
Away from us.
Yeah, give me an athletics check, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's a pretty big snail.
Understand.
You cut out. You cut out again.
14.
18?
14.
14.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, because that was, yeah. So with the 14, you do manage to, like, with, like, the kind of end of your foot, just turn ever so slightly this snail around. And you see it just helplessly just floats and slowly rotates. And it just keeps, like, spiraling down deeper into this lake. Just, it's as if, like, somebody just spun it around on a spinny chair, and it's just going. I was expecting.
Now I feel bad.
I was expecting a fight to happen, but all right.
I mean,
Wait, hello? Oh, okay, there it goes. I thought my mic had disconnected, sorry.
you were expecting a fight from what? Like just
I don't know. I was expecting this to be a fight. I don't know
You're
why.
you're also with the 50% of this party is literally from the last campaign where we either fought everything or talked our way out of everything.
I mean,
Not even talked
I don't
our
know
way out,
what
just
I
left.
expected. I just thought, hey, big creature. Yeah. But honestly,
No,
that's
no.
okay. Reasonable. So
I
as
mean, I was probably gonna stab it, but I mean, like it just like
it is gone.
it's gone now.
God.
So it's like
Bye, Felicia.
Pathetic.
later, nerd.
Cool. So
Helpful today.
yeah, with the snail, kind of jettisoning into the center of the lake. We make our way slowly to the second day of travel. It'll roughly take one more full day from what you guys can tell just from the speed you guys were going at. So if you want, I mean, you didn't really do anything, so there's no need for a long rest.
Right.
Yeah. So going on, this is roughly like the evening.
I mean, there is.
We could play some
Mhm.
sea shanties.
You could play some sea shanties. So as you're
It's a rabbit hole.
as you're going along, the small kind of like massive sandbars that go in front into this little like cove thing that was kind of put in front of you because of this snail weighing down the one side of the boat ever so slightly. You notice some lights kind of flicking up over just let me get to my actual map. Just over here. And the more lights that turn on and kind of like ignite throughout, it seems like it is some sort of town.
Would you said it was some sort of town?
Yes.
Would I know about it?
Yeah, actually, you definitely would, being so close, or living in Orabus so closely. You know this town to be the town of Bay's Folly. It's not like a very large town. It's essentially four buildings and a blacksmith. It's been kind of struggling the last little bit. Some people have been talking about various things of why, but nothing really obvious going on.
Do I know if we're able to park there?
Yeah, they do have a small port.
I bring up, that's basically, they have a port, or we could head. So Orabus is like kind of a neighboring town to this. Okay.
Yeah, it's barely a day through like a quick walk, and then there's a small like canoe where you would ford this little kind of thing, this crossing, and then it would be right there. So you could probably see Orabus once you get into town, more or less.
So you can kind of portage from base fully, or we can head right to Orabus, but we'd have to turn a little bit. It's up to you guys.
Either way, it'll be a day.
Yeah.
So
Either
you're
way.
saying we walk or sea travel?
Let's go by boat.
Where are we gonna go by like boat from Orabus to like the Mount Abyss, like up the?
We went from, where am I going?
Yeah, so the original plan was stopping at Orabus for either supplies or just vibes, and then making
Oh,
it
I
up
thought
the
we
river
were
to
gonna-
Montabus.
I thought we were gonna walk from Orabus to Montabus. I didn't
I mean,
realize
either,
we could get a
either
ship
way
through
is
there.
good. That's what you guys discussed the first session.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just thought this was the plan.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bug.
So if we still want to go up the river, we would need to head towards Orabus anyways.
Yeah. Towards
So
Orabus.
maybe we just go to the Orbis first, and then just go to Montabus. I mean, we could stop here if you really want to, but like, I mean,
They've been having talks that it's not doing too well, and we don't know why. But that's really all that's there. There's 4 buildings and a blacksmith. Not much to discuss. The only mystery, quote unquote, would be why it's not doing too hot.
town mystery, maybe monsters. Sounds like a fight. I'm in.
So you want to go to base fully now?
No. As far as we can tell, it is not on the map, so...
I'm just kind of.
Let's just do our job for now.
Just for
Because-
my lack of memory. It's just we're kind of. There was something going on in Montabus that we had to go.
So
We're not sure. Oh, silence, right? They haven't written or sent any sort of
they
news,
have.
right?
So the problem that Bo had told you about, or Ro rather, they had mentioned that the Montabus mines owned by the government haven't been sending any metals in the last like 6 months, and they need that, especially since you guys are a new part of the army and how it's getting bigger. They're like, yeah, we need a shipment. We don't know where they are. You should probably check up on them.
Gotcha. Okay. I just couldn't remember why we were sent there. I just knew it was something to do
Yeah,
with that.
it's been more than a week.
Yeah. Well, if we have downtime, I might stop by on our way to do whatever after. Figure out.
I was about to suggest it.
Sorry?
I was about to suggest that.
Alright.
So we're
So-
going to Orbis, right?
Yes, it is
We're gonna
roughly
stop there, yeah.
evening now. If you want, you could push throughout the night, It took a lot of like waiting for the snail, you know, like kind of poking it with a stick and waiting it for it to do something. Either way, whether you portage from Bay's Folly or you go to Orabus, it's gonna take almost a full day.
Sure. I'm gonna stay awake during the day. I don't really do anything as a fighter, but just slap things.
Yep.
I'll
I'm
take
just gonna
nature.
be like
Vil.
circling the ship in the air.
Alright. So are we setting anchor, which is basically just a huge rock tied to a rope, and resting for the night?
If
Yep.
okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if you guys want to keep going, I can take night shift to show me how to go. We can get there faster. That was
I
two.
was
I'm
gonna say, stick me on the steering wheel and we can get going.
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
well, I'm assuming we're not just going to stay there a day and go. We have to like prepare for how long is it? How long is that trek again? About crap! I've lost the dice.
So if you're going to walk from Montabus to Orabus, it's gonna be a week. Going up the river, it might cut it down to 3-4ish days.
Okay, so we're still preparing for at least like
Like still a good amount of time, yeah.
yeah. So if you guys want to get to Orabus, I'll drive for the night. Get there faster. Prepare.
I don't even need to do sleep. Sleep is for the weak anyways. I'll just go, I'll just be alert.
I was kind of asking whoever, like everybody, I guess, is like, what do you guys want to do?
You get to try to go through the night if you want.
Feel it would be best if we got there as soon as possible. So,
Yeah.
Right.
you
Show
two
me-
take turns, I guess.
Just show me how to do it, and I'll go through the night. I can't words.
Sure.
After like
All I know
maybe
is
2
I'm on
hours,
a
and then
boat.
I'll get up and help.
All I know is I'm on a boat. I'm staying awake. We're going through the night. Going to Moncabus.
Yeah, that's all.
Let me know if anything bad happens, okay?
Right.
I am going to sleep.
Okay. So as whoever wants to starts settling down for a night's rest, Nicoletta, after a quick kind of rundown of how to boat from Andromeda, I'm gonna need you to make, let's call this either Dex or Intelligence check.
I'm gonna take that Dex check.
Alright.
That was cocked.
Yep.
Four.
Oh
Uh,
no.
So as you're
It was a
just-
12 had it not been cocked, and that's the bitch.
Yep.
Sorry.
So as you're going throughout the night, kind of just vibing, you notice a thing, and like looking around because the mast is right in front of the steering wheel, or the steering wheel. It's technically the steering wheel. So you just kind of try and look around it physically, and you're having some trouble. So I'm gonna say left or right.
Sorry, I'm trying to picture it.
So
The left.
left. All right.
Sorry.
So as you kind of swerve left a bit, you go around whatever object you presume this is, Ace, you're going around circling the boat from the sky, yes?
Yes.
You're not gonna even need like a full check for perception. You notice a crate, some sort of wooden box, that was just kind of floating in what Nicoletta saw. And as Nicoletta swerved, you came pretty close to what could only be assumed as more crates, as there's just a sea of discarded wooden, like, it's those crates where it's not even like a full wooden box, but it's just those slats that make a barely like stable structure with a bunch of small red vials in them. Ace, you can maybe count like 12 total crates.
Could I?
I'm gonna try and take them onto the ship.
All of them?
Not at a time, but as
Yeah, I'm just saying.
the ship's sailing,
Yeah.
Could I
Yeah.
help with that?
Yes, you can. So, anyone carrying crates, give me an athletics check. If you don't have a swim speed, I'll take it with a disadvantage.
If I'm kind of flying and not in the water, would that be a disadvantage or not?
I'll give it to you. So, yeah,
Alright.
Ace, you could do it regularly. Nicoletta, are you still at the wheel while you're doing this?
Yeah.
You said athletics check, right?
Athletics, yes.
13, 18, 19. I got
No
a 19.
modifiers.
13 plus 6.
17.
All right. So you manage really quickly, actually. It takes no more than like 10 minutes as you haul all these crates onto the deck of this keel boat. And upon closer inspection, these vials, or these bottles, they look like commercially sold. Only few of them have like the actual red liquid in it. It's a lot of uncorked bottles that seem to just have been left there, whether via like somehow dropping off a ship or being physically thrown. But it doesn't look very good. Like, a lot of whatever has been in these bottles has gotten out into the environment.
I don't know if it's close enough, but I recognize what they have.
In the
Like what?
bottle, or do you mean like?
Yeah. The bottle itself, in the bottle, like just anything about it, would I recognize it? Like, has I seen it? Has it crossed my path, basically? Just because it's so close to Orabus.
Give me let's call this a history check.
I keep missing my dice box. That's 15 plus, you said history?
History, yes.
0, so 15.
Alright. You could just barely remember this red liquid, or something similar to it, being sold in Orabus and the surrounding area as some sort of like cure-all elixir. Some sort of like, essentially snake oil. And you're not completely sure if it's the exact same manufacturer, but you remember a couple, like a good portion of these salesmen actually being arrested for some sort of like, you're not sure what exactly it was on about. You didn't really pay attention to the actual gossip at the time, but it was some sort of like health and safety concern, and a lot of people were taken in by the police, or the Vigilia rather.
Be ready when handling all that, if there's any reminiscing liquid on it other than water. I call out from the wheel, I don't know how far they are.
Yeah, they're on the boat at this point.
Yeah.
So, what is this stuff?
Not sure entirely. They came by in Orabus Can't remember when, but a couple people were arrested for selling them. Something to do with health and safety. I can only imagine it's bad. Is Orabus a bar town or just like
Orabus
like a
is basically
pub-ish?
described as the city where there's a festival every other day.
right? Okay. And you'd think because if it's a pub town, be a little smarter with their selling products and safety shit.
So if it's not safe, could I per se throw it at someone?
I'm sure it could be a fine projectile. Do what you may. I don't know what it could do for you, like harmful wise, other than maybe shattered glass.
Right. I'll keep it in mind.
Because you
And-
said it was empty, right?
Most of them are. There's a few. It's like as if a couple of the corks fell off or washed off or some sort of way.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a good like quarter of them still have a full bottle of liquid in them.
Okay. I'm not sure what exactly the problem was with them. I never went out and got one. Never saw it really. Just saw people getting arrested with them.
Could we probably throw it into the sea or something? Like dump it out? It's not a good idea, or
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It's literally, I just know it was a health and safety hazard. Ace, I know you're talking, but it's not coming through. Like, it's almost like you're talking with your microphone covered.
Sorry.
It's okay. I heard mumbling.
Just like catch a fish and pour the potion on the fish and see if that'll react badly.
good idea.
All right. Whoever wants to catch a fish in the middle of the night, give me a survival check.
Night fishing. Did I take?
Oh, I have. I actually have
one.
proficiency in survival.
Huh.
That's what I got.
You know, for someone whose kind of life is based on survival, I didn't take proficiency in survival.
I mean, yeah, I would expect the ranger to be. Do you have survival, or is it mainly just you rolled shit?
Me?
Mainly
For
Ace.
survival.
Oh. Sorry?
But I did get a 21 though.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Alright. I didn't roll quite high, I only got 8, but
Oof.
yeah.
So I heard a 21, which is more than enough. Ace, you bring up a fairly like decently sized like pickerel, like a good eating fish if you so feel like it.
I'm up to like a bucket of water and put the fish in it so it's not gonna die that way. That way we know it's not it just drowning instead of the potion.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Alright.
Time for science, and I pour one of the bottles into the bucket with the fish.
So you uncork one of these bottles. It's it looks kind of like your very stereotypical like circular at the bottom and then widens up to the kind of lid at the top. And you just dump it fully into this bucket. I'm gonna need to roll something real quick.
Oh.
Okay, that was fairly okay. So you see, as the drink, this liquid, falls into the water and starts seeping into the fish's gills, you notice that the bucket physically swells as this fish grows to twice the size it normally was.
Explain why the
Oh.
snail was so big.
Oh.
Do I remember seeing anything like that happen in Orabus?
I'm
Around
gonna
that time?
go off your same
That's
history
fine.
check.
That's fine.
You don't recall. You do recall a strangely large pigeon that one time, but that could have just been like Orabus being Orabus.
Yeah. It's happening again. Ace.
Guys,
All of that was just muffled until eyes.
Okay. Despite being twice its size,
It still looks alive. Um, it's simply just a massive fish now.
I mean, could we eat it, possibly? It looks like some sort of growth potion. I think we can eat it.
If you truly feel like you want to, I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm gonna voice my doubts. Maybe wash it in water that isn't contaminated with whatever that is.
Agreed. Pour the bucket into the water or something.
If I can, from the steering wheel where you poured it, can I see anything grow?
Give me a perception check. I hate to constantly ask for perception.
It's fine. This is a night thing. I get it.
Didn't say my guy was that smart, alright?
Hicks? Nicoletta?
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. My mic got disconnected somehow.
Yeah, no problem.
I rolled a 14 plus 2. So
You
16.
notice that the algae in the area just kind of expands and kind of films a good section of the water.
Oh boy. I'm just gonna keep my eyes forward after that.
Alright.
Watch where I'm going.
And for clarification, Andromeda, you haven't woken up during this, right?
Andromeda.
Oh. I'm still asleep.
Alright.
Unless someone has woken me up, I'm still asleep.
I don't think anyone has.
See, for whatever reason,
it was an emergency or at all. It was just us making big fish.
let him. Did we anchor down last time? Last night?
I assumed so. Or
I thought
not,
we went
rather.
through, so.
Or not this night. You did the one before.
Okay, that's what I was
But
asking.
because
Okay.
I was assuming because you wanted to keep going to Orabus overnight, so why would you put the anchor down kind of deal?
Yeah. I was gonna say she's probably tired, but okay. We'll let you know in the morning.
Alright. So with the discovery of big fish.
Big fish.
Fish.
I hope I know what we just found.
Nope.
I don't know if I did though.
So yeah, I'm assuming that's it. Nothing really going on. Otherwise, then you guys
Kuthar
want to cook up
washes
that
and
fish.
eats.
What?
I think that's what Kuthar wanted.
Yeah,
You wanted to wash the fish and eat it, right?
Yes.
Are we saving it
Yes,
for
I did.
breakfast?
Oh, hell yes.
All right, yeah, it's like easily like 2 a.m. You could definitely, yeah. 2 a.m. breakfast. So as Kuthar, you're cooking up this fish. Nothing looks immediately wrong about it. Like it's just big fish.
Big fish.
So that's good news. And I'm assuming you guys are still moving at this point too.
I haven't stopped.
Yeah, and as we're going down, making slowly our way to Orabus, the lights of the city start coming into view. First, a massive lighthouse with the fire just going. Roughly like a good 30 meters offshore. Like not a lot, but enough to see that it's physically closer. The city from afar, if nobody else but Nicoletta has been there, is pretty massive. It's like on a hill that leads down into the coast. So there's a massive port area You can see the glitters of a bunch of housing and some lanterns going up, presumably from like dock workers, warehouses, and over up on the top of the hill and near the slope of it are just as many houses as you could essentially see. Like, your whole vision is just suburbs. As like the faint music of dancing, the lights, like everything going on, it's like audible and visible even before you get into port. And
I can hear the music.
Sorry?
I start humming. Whenever I can start hearing the music, I start humming with it.
Alright. You've been here before. You know what's happening.
Hey, this is familiar.
So,
It's safe
I'm
to say
picking
that
out my
I'm
flute
awake
and trying to
now.
match the
yes,
tune.
you would be awake now. So right now, as you like start seeing these things fully, and start actually moving into port, it's like 10-ish, or like earlier in the morning. So like, yeah, like 8, 10, that around time period.
I let Andromeda take the wheel back so she can park, but I'm gonna kind of point where I know that's an open area, if there is one.
Yeah, you
Morning,
actually,
old deal.
you remember, being on really good terms, with a fisherman in the area. One time he was, like, way blackout drunk in, in the Nimble Inn, and, you made sure he wasn't, like, robbed or anything, because a lot of that stuff happens in Orabus. Through the music and festivities, crime is a pretty big issue. So you know a guy, essentially, of somebody who could let free use of his dock whenever.
Alright.
So pointing him
Right.
in,
Where should I go?
Sorry? You
so,
cut out a little
yeah,
bit.
it's on like the northern side of Orabus. Of like the northern area of the coast. So yeah, you
Gotta rejoin.
sorry.
Okay, I see what's happening.
You're gonna rejoin, yes.
Yeah. Oh
Better?
shit. Hello?
Yeah,
Do I sound better?
Yee.
yeah.
I don't know if that
okay.
picked up. Yeah.
I was confused because I thought my mic was the problem for a quick sec.
No.
It's just like the
Said I
beginning
was
cuts
going
out.
to reconnect.
Like issues.
Tech issues. Woo!
Woo! So yeah, on the northern side of the coast in Orabus, this small like fisherman's dock, with a little like hut, straw roof, like a bright like pale like birch wood, and you could pretty easily make your way into the dock and tie stuff up. And as everyone, just kind of, you're loading stuff off the boat, what are you gonna do with the crates you got?
Oh,
What are those?
There are 1 or 2 crates are hidden below deck.
last night they were in the water. Did we eat the fish already?
Yeah, that was a 2 a.m. breakfast. Woo.
One of
Oh,
you
I
did.
thought- I thought that was
Did I
thought
save
that was
half
saved.
or anything?
Yeah, you definitely could have,
Um,
yeah, if you wanted to.
Okay, I'm gonna go sell some big fish.
Sell big fish.
I'm
Uh,
gonna
I'm-
gonna grab some meat above my head. I'm gonna go sell big fish.
What?
We found
What did y'all do?
we found some sort of growing elixir in the water last night. They poured it on the fish, and now I'm gonna point to him as to I can't with names, man.
Kuthar?
To Kuthar. I'm gonna point to Kuthar as he's running, just
With the-
following him with my finger.
half
With the
a
big fish. Yeah, with the big fish. And that was a normal fish
Okay.
before they poured the elixir on it. So
I just want to
Him.
yell at the Kusar. I want whatever you get, considering I caught it.
All right, halfsies, I see it.
I was going to say
Will.
let's all stay together, but we're gonna have to go find him because it is a hellhole in there. It's literally you cannot turn a corner without seeing some sort of drink in someone's hand.
Well, I forgot to inform all of you yesterday, but that snail did have something, like a paper on it that said Jason's blank blank elixir. I think that might be
Oh.
Jason's magical elixirs.
I'm just taking a note of that. Sorry, one sec. Jason's
Jason's space of like
Jason's
of like
blank
torn
blank elixir.
yeah, exit.
Yeah,
Blank.
missing.
elixir. Got it. Okay. Is that ringing more bells now? Sins?
Give me another history check.
Ooh,
I'll let you-
Bahamut.
I'll let you have this one with advantage though, since you did pretty good on your last one.
So 14 and then stop rolling. So 14 plus you said history?
History, yeah.
Yeah, that's 14. I think that's the same roll as last time.
You got a 15 last time.
Oh.
You don't recall this exact brand. The name Jason, even though there's no real last name or any like defining things about it, you could have sworn there was some sort of stall up when you left Orabus to go to Ostium. Like, you could have sworn that whatever this is, it's still being sold.
Well,
I think as I left for the for Ostium, something to do with Jason, I think, was around. I can't remember much. It's as much as I live here, it very much is the souls will try and sell you anything. Don't make eye contact, basically. They will take your money.
good to know.
So,
Well, those two go off and sell their fish.
Did
We
Ace
should
go with
collect
them?
supplies.
Ace, did
Yes.
you go with Kuthar?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought you were still here. Okay.
We should go collect supplies, and if there is anywhere you would like to stop by, I say we should do that while they are off.
I have a feeling we're probably gonna have to stay the night if they are actually selling food. Anything around here? But I have a place.
Likely.
I have a place. We'll get
Alright.
we'll get our supplies today and stop there later once we get those two. Okay. Once I get off the boat, I'm gonna find John.
Oh, the fisherman.
And yeah, I just gave him a random name, so John, and give him a gold. Just kind of watch our
John.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how worthy a gold is in the boat area.
Very,
but-
very.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'll
give
give him a
him like
gold and
2 months paycheck.
oh fuck.
Gold.
That
you,
is a
You guys are being paid per month 20 gold, and that's like a government
forgot.
job.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, so I give him a gold and have him watch our boat and make sure I'm like paying for the stall basically.
Mhm. So
Zins.
yes.
Can I look for somebody who knows what they're doing to like for like a market for selling fish, big
Alright.
fish?
Big
Yes,
fish.
I will get back to you on
Big
that.
fish.
I'm just gonna quickly do some stuff. So Nicoletta,
Sorry. Yes.
the John, this fisherman, he's fairly old, right? Like a
Mm.
patchy white like wiry beard. He has one of those like stereotypical like beanies, but it's like rolled up twice kind of deal.
Oh. Mhm.
He like a little arched back and he's like, oh, all right, thanks. You know, You go tell the Carolyn lady, I'll have my business there. And he's just kind of like limping very gently. Like it looks like a slight limp, but he's playing it up so hard. And he's going back into the hut, and he pulls out just a random mug, gives it to you. He's like, I forgot it in my pocket. And just
He took
walks
mug
away,
from the-
no explanation.
This is a mug from the tavern?
This
Or
is
the
a
inn?
mug from your tavern.
Oh gosh. Okay.
God.
I'm just gonna put it in my bag and bring it back when we head back.
Oh,
Just
God.
very exasperated, like, okay. Thanks, John, and walk away.
He just kind of waves.
You know him?
As you can see, and I kind of gesture to like every party everywhere. Very party
have-
oriented. A lot of people
Never
get drunk.
been in any place like this.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get used to. Yeah. Drunken night for him. Got him home, make sure he didn't get hurt. And every time, not that I leave, but he's always offered if I ever do and need a boat place to keep my boat. And gesture to where the boat is. It's finally coming to use.
Well, it is very convenient.
Sorry, you were very quiet.
It's very convenient.
Well, that is
Ah.
very convenient.
Gotcha.
We should go get supplies for our coming journey and
Yep.
the journey back.
Right.
And on that cue, we're going to zip over to Kuthar and Ace, who have simply just walked in a random direction and hoped they could find somebody to sell big fish to.
Big fish.
Big fish.
Big fish. That's
So-
instead of Shank the King, it's now Big Fish for
Big
this
fish.
campaign.
I prefer that way more. So as
Big Fish.
you guys are all
Oh, God.
kind of walking up, because it's a pretty like steep hill, all things considered. It's fairly like cramped. Like a good part of like the lower third of the hill is almost like slums kind of level, where all the buildings are close together, typically like two stories. You see streamers are like permanently like nailed to the walls across into like around these walkways. And at this point, I don't think even the people celebrating whatever festival it is knows what festival it is anymore. As you pass a good like 6 different group of people, just like absolutely like getting hammered in the middle of the street, and nobody's giving them a second look. It's insane to say the least. Before the kind of narrow walkway in this darker kind of area of town just opens up immediately, and a small market district, kind of like light pale stone, going around. There's 6 or so stalls. It seems like everyone's doing like a different thing. You got a general store. There's a tiefling, like a blue tiefling, with a kind of dagger like necklace. It's just a full-size dagger on a necklace, selling like various weapons and armor. There's an Aqquar who looks as if like, you know how Ace is it's a vulture Aqquar, right? This one's a pigeon. So you see a pigeon Aqquar with a ladle in their hand, making sandwiches of who the hell knows meat. There's just a standard like moose in the middle next to a tree, just kind of hitched up to a cart, as a furball is like petting it. It seems like on the floor there's like a carpet, like a little rug with various herbs on it. It's chaotic to say the least.
Cool.
Like a whole moose.
Like a whole ass moose, yeah. Instead of a
Make all
horse,
the
it's
voices
a
go,
moose.
"Wah!"
What?
And there's like little like streamers hanging from the moose's horns.
Yes. No, make all the boy moose go wah.
Wah. So looking around, what are you gonna do with big fish?
Well,
Half
Thanks,
of big
Ace.
fish.
Half
Half
of
of
big
big
fish.
fish.
well, they're I'm struggling to remember your name for a second. Hold on. It's Ace, right?
Yes.
It's Ace. So where are we gonna sell big fish?
I did not think about that. I'm just gonna yell out at the top of my lungs, like, anybody want a big fish?
You notice actually, with that just yell, nobody looks at you immediately, but a furball man kind of walks up to you, looks you dead in the eyes and just says very blankly, "How big's the fish?"
Point over to Kuthar.
And I show off the big fish.
That was a pretty big fish. I'll tell you what. I got some people that are looking for big fish, connoisseurs of big fish, you might say, and I could maybe get you a silver for that big fish, or half a big fish.
A silver?
Silver's a lot.
Silver's
That's-
pretty good.
Look, I have buyers. If you want to sell your big fish, I can give you a silver for it.
What do you think, Ace? Silver for big fish?
We can't hear you again.
I'm just gonna whisper to Kuthar, like, I have no idea how money works. I don't know if this is good or not.
Can I insight check this man?
Yeah, insight check the man.
Is a 15 plus whatever my insight be.
So,
No,
with sorry.
It's really weird after like a year and a half of playing a character with -1 insight to now have a +3 to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just have, yeah, it's just a 15.
So you're looking at this as this furbog. He's fairly taller, almost like a purpley blue fur. And he just kind of like narrows his eyes at you. You think either he's trying to humor you, of like almost mocking you, but still going along with it, or he is genuinely like dead set on getting a big fish. It's a 50-50 coin toss at this point.
Who are these other people looking for big fish?
My buyers, they simply don't want to be known. I know that's very hard to buy, to work with me here, but when people want big fish, I know what to tell you.
Oh god.
I want to meet the buyers.
All right,
Just tag this over.
come back here. Let's say, and he pulls out a rock, puts it on the floor, and you see it's like a mini sundial.
God, no.
Let's say noon, so like 2-3 hours.
All right.
You got a deal. And he puts out his hands.
Hey Ace, make sure he's not crossing his fingers behind his back.
No.
It's the hands. Their hands are full.
Yeah, they're not crossing their fingers, and they're like waiting for you to shake their hand.
All right, I'm gonna shake their hand.
Yeah, and they do it like wholeheartedly. Like they're not screwing around.
All right, they want big fish. I do want to meet up with the others first before.
Yeah. So right now it's like 8-9. You have till noon if you want to do any fuckery or shopping.
We get like some rations, which is I think is like, the main reason we came here.
Mm-hmm.
To stock up, yeah.
That's currently what me and Nicoletta are on.
Yes. So unless
I'd be navigating.
Kuthar and Ace have anything pressing to do, like right now, I'm gonna jump it back to them real quick.
Right. I mean, I do want to ask. Ace, do you have anything you want to do?
Other than just get supplies for the ship, I'm good.
All right, let's go get some supplies. Yeah.
So, going back to Andromeda and Nicoletta. Walking down pretty much the exact same street, the little path that Ace and Kuthar walked not too long ago. You see a kind of like hole in the wall, general store. It's with a simple like wooden sign with a burned in name of just general store.
Would know if this was the best place for like deals and stuff.
Um,
And with like credible people.
So a lot of Orabus is a very good portion of it is sketchy.
Yeah.
Depending on, because here's the thing, at the top of the hill where most of the like higher class people live, you're going to get more reliable things, but you're gonna be overpriced for it, almost guaranteed. While over here, yes, you might be dealing with some sketchy people, but you're probably gonna get the best price.
I'll take Andromeda to the hole in the wall.
Alright.
I know that's not the name, that's the one that stuck out.
Yeah.
Great. So there are 4 of us. I need to pick up some kit food. Let's see. It'll take about 11 days to get back to Ostium from Montibus.
Um,
So... Is anything wrong with my math?
So 11 days from Ostium to Montibus?
I think it was like the 3 or 4 days to Montibus and then back
where
to
we
Ostium.
are to Montibus, back to Ostium.
So from Orabus to Montibus is 7 days on foot, but 4 on water.
Yeah.
And then Montibus to Ostium on water would be another week.
Montibus to Ostium, yeah. So, yeah, about 11, 12 days. Unless my math is suck.
So that'd be about 44 rations.
And depending
Right.
on when and if Arthur comes back, that's also a thing.
Yeah, we never really discussed about how he just
Yeah, no,
disappeared.
people just kind of let it slide, and I'm like, all right, cool, but
I think it's because, like, for the most part, like, beginning of campaigns, people are still finding out their schedule, so it's just like,
well, I'm
can't make
also
it,
thinking,
that's okay.
I'm also thinking because, like, as a meta thing, everyone's like, yeah, we knew this was happening.
Yeah. No, I posted.
Andromeda is very confused, but she doesn't really want to mention anything.
She's like, she doesn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
Who has a cousin who is a cleric warlock of an egg is like, this might as well happen.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You've seen weirder.
Andromeda has in fact seen a lot weirder.
Mm-hmm. So going into this hole in the wall, the door just kind of clinks open, not with like a creak. There's like a metal, like load-bearing kind of bar that just kind of squeaks and like you hear like a wood on metal, like it's hard to explain. It's yeah, it's more like a clink or the kind of like the noise it makes when you clank two swords together, kind of thing, like when you run them across each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like a shlink. That's a good That's a good onomatopoeia. So you hear a shlink as this door opens, very like slow and drawn out. You see that the counter is like in the middle of the room, if not like maybe like 2 feet from the actual door. And you notice all the actual items are on the other side of the counter. Mainly you're assuming because stealing.
Yeah.
And at the counter is a rougher looking dwarf. You see like a good portion of his ear on the right side is like sheared off, like sheared, yeah, like torn off essentially.
Yeah.
And he's leaning one arm on the counter, just kind of staring out the window, not really even noticing you, and just kind of zoning out.
Good morning, good sir. We were wondering if you had any rations for sale?
He keeps staring out for a good like 3 more minutes before finally saying, yeah.
If he doesn't respond, I would have like banged in front of him.
Yeah. What can I do for you? Right, rations. Yeah.
Rations.
All right. And he kind of turns around, arms out, kind of like feeling into the air for nothing, like kind of like, yeah. And he walks over to the far wall. There's some clanking and some ruffling of bags, and he just pulls out like a full like box of rations with a big thud, lands it on the counter, and he starts going through the box. All right, we got, what is it? We got wheat paste. I don't know what you're into, but we got some risotto, huh? I mean, I don't bag to it be any good, but it's something. And he just keeps on going through it, until he counts out 44. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And just kind of puts it on the counter separately, shoves the box away. All right. So that'll be 80 bronze. 80 bronze. So that would run you 8 silver.
Shit.
Hand him 1 gold piece.
Thank you kindly. And you see he just kind of takes it gingerly, puts it in his back pocket. Could do anything else for you? You look like the
Do you
adventuring types.
have any cat food?
Cat food?
Yes.
I mean, not specifically made for cats, but like we have just general purpose
And-
kibble.
That will do.
Alright, and he brings out like a small burlap sack, maybe the size of like a standard laptop, so like 16, 15 inches. Just kind of smacks it on the counter, and there's like the rattle of all of them in there.
And
I don't know what they're made of, but
I'm sure it will be fine.
yeah,
How
that'll
much?
be another 2 bronze, let's say. That's gonna last you a while.
The gold would cover that, right? Like math wise, the gold would
Yes.
cover that, right?
Yeah. And then he thumbs his back pocket for a quick second. Yeah, 2 bronze.
You make
I'm gonna
the
hold. I'm
change.
gonna. Sorry, did you hand him?
No, he already has the
Handed
gold.
him
He
1
knows
gold
he
piece
has
in
the
total.
gold.
No, I know. I was asking Andromeda what she was doing.
He may keep the change. Will you hold on to the cat food? I can hold the rations.
But did you give him?
What?
Did you give him another
Mm,
gold?
yeah.
Is what I'm asking. Or
No,
have you
he
just
got
told him
one
to keep
gold.
the change?
He's
No.
asking for 2 bronze anyways, even though he
I know.
knows he got a gold.
I know. That's why I was asking if Andromeda gave him more, or was just saying like specifically
Oh, hell
only.
no.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Sure, continue what you had asked me. But you wanted me to hold the kibble?
Food?
Yeah.
Yes.
I pick it up.
And the owner just kind of narrows his eyes as you guys leave, kind of muttering to himself something in a language you can't really understand.
If it's Elvish or Giant, I'm there, but I know it's Dwarvish, so.
It's not actually Dwarvish, from what you can understand.
Oh.
It's actually like some sort of form of like infernal, which actually, you would know this being from Orabus. It's like infernal is essentially the secondary language of Orabus, as in like the amount of tieflings that come here, because like it's the whole drinking and like outcast city. The amount of tieflings there. Also, most crime syndicates use mainly infernal, so that's fun.
Okay. General question. I don't have to take like just in general for my character. Would it make more sense if I had an infernal second language then instead of Elvish or Giant? Because I didn't know that was the like secondary language.
That is completely fine. I would, if you want to,
I'll
can.
change it. I'll change it after. Like I won't
Yeah.
count it towards this, and just say I didn't hear it. But I just
Okay.
I had no clue that was a secondary language, so I'm gonna change.
Yeah,
one of
in
those
all
to-
fairness, I didn't go into extreme detail about each city.
It's all good. I'll just change it now so I don't forget.
So, moving on, as Andromeda, Nicoletta, you leave the general store, look around. Down the street, you could see the market district with Kufar and Ace just kind of are looking around, actually making their way to you.
Hello, I believe we have the rations.
Just trying to find my thing.
So, yeah,
Oh, I don't get a choice as to what I learn. It's just common or Elvish, or Elvish or Giant. I don't get a choice.
Oh, as a Furbolg?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It says languages. You can speak, read, and write common, Elvish, and Giant. I don't have a choice
Huh.
as to what I know.
About your background.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. Urchin. Which I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, but it was the closest I could get to what
What you
fit my character.
So at this point, we could work out that, Nicoletta. So the party is back together in this market district.
You two, please. Oh, I adopted Andromeda's accent. Hold on. Licorice
Yeah.
doesn't help with like accents, apparently. Who would have thought? Right. You two need to be careful where you go and who you talk to. People will take any money in your pockets. Which kind of retro RP, whatever it's called.
Retroactively.
Yes. I'm gonna make sure nobody's taking my money, any pockets I have.
Yeah, you quickly pat yourself down. You're pretty sure everything you had is still on you.
Mm-hmm. So from here on, I suggest you're all grown adults. I don't care what you do in hindsight. Highly recommended though. Nobody's running off on their own. Always make sure you have all your money and keepsakes on you, or like keep checking you have them. And always say no. Now, that being said,
Would be worse.
that being said, do you guys need anything while we're still out, or do you want to go sit down for the night? Make sure we're all ready for tomorrow.
We're gonna go and meet some buyers for the big fish.
I'm
I
sorry.
realized I was muted. Shit.
Yep,
I was
I
talking the
I
whole
thought
time.
you knew.
I did not. So, about that whole not saying yes thing, like I said, we've got some buyers for big fish. We agreed to meet them at 12.
12 noon,
Noon.
not 12 midnight. Just for
Yes.
context.
So I was wondering if we could get you guys for backup, just in case it goes south, you know?
Well,
Up the hill.
I'd say we set up. Anyway, put what we have down, and I hold up the not the kitty litter, the kitty kibble, and gesture to the rations. I have a place where we can sit down, and I know it's safe.
Alright.
So we head there. I'll show you around a bit more, so you're not lost as much if we ever stop back again. And then we'll go meet whoever decided to buy a half a fish.
A half a big fish, you forget.
Yes. Big fish.
I lead them
Is
to.
it still big?
It is
Yeah.
still big. It is not a temporary potion, from what you can tell.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'll lead them to the Nimble.
I just to like flash it on my wings and just have super big wings.
Not how
Uh-oh.
it works.
I'll lead them to the Nimble, and
We would have a super big U.
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
I'll leave them to the Nimble Inn and kind of point out anything I think of importance on the way.
yeah. So as
It would
Nicoletta
just seem
leads you.
obnoxious.
Sorry.
I was saying a giant air conqueror would just seem obnoxious to me.
Yes.
Yeah. But at least it's not gonna be like 14 feet tall.
True. So, as Nicoletta leads you through the winding streets, a bunch of people offer drinks and just general like having a great time. It turns out that today is the festival of what people call Rye Day, which is essentially just the day where all the rye like alcohols are done. Like that's the most or the legally minimum. Okay, so yeah. So you know how alcohol needs to like age? This is the minimum amount of time needing to age rye, and everyone automatically starts bottling it anyways. So they're having a festival because of all the alcohol available. Not even for a reason, just like, hey, we have alcohol, let's drink it.
Oh god.
And
A town ruled by Dionysus.
essentially, yeah, like that's a good explanation. And as walking by, you're roughly at the like middle area of the hill. And you notice a massive circular. It looks like some sort of coliseum or arena. And you there's like a big sign pasted on it, like on the door, just nailed up. It says big game night, and then it's the Ostium Firebolts against the home team, the Orabus Otters, and you're kind of immediately thinking, what the hell is this? Irael has its own sport. It's called
Checkers.
Holosis, and it involves
gonna
a
say.
lot of javelins.
Oh
I was gonna say the same thing, Warlock.
Competitive checkers.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, the arena is passed by. There's some commotion around. It seems like there's some sort of betting stand already put so that nobody has to worry about it at the time of the game. and at this point you're getting near to like the main commercial area. So essentially surrounding the Colosseum is just all line of shops. There's a massive library on one side, and just in between the library and it looks like some sort of linen store. Going through down a smaller path. In front of you is the Nimble Inn. It has a kind of sign burned in like most of the others, yellow lettering, and there's a symbol of a winged boot as a kind of like icon of the tavern.
This is my home. And I walk in.
Yeah, you just walk in real casually. It's pretty.
Just slams door open. Sup, fuckers!
Yeah,
Sorry.
essentially. And as you walk in, it's pretty busy. Most of the booths are fully like done. The bar has essentially like people crowding, not even on seats, like looking over. And then you see just Carolyn just yelling over, like, "Oh, all right now, don't you... Hey, Jason, put the bar And you see she's straight up yelling at a random guy. Not the same Jason, I know what you were thinking. I couldn't think of another name on the fly.
It's fair.
As she's yelling at some
Jack.
random guy who's at this point, like, standing on a chair, fully, like arched back the amount of, like, tilt he's going for his mug. Like, it's crazy right now.
Is it like this everywhere?
Yeah. Here is a good place to, get a general sit down. Most places are more of a, I don't know how to say it. How do you say club in medieval times?
Clubbeth?
Rambunctious?
Yeah,
Rambunctious is a good word. Even
More
though this
places are-
is very rowdy.
this is a pretty tame for the town, honestly. No. She's going to try and get Jason off the chair, right, Carolyn?
Yeah,
I'm gonna...
Carolyn's
as-
at this point walking around fully with the bar, like a full, like, massive tankard that you would pour into smaller ones. It's like a jug, essentially. Just walking around the bar, like, going towards this, like, half-elven man. His
If-
face is, like, beet red, like, clearly very, very drunk.
If I'm closer, I want to try and, like, lift him off the table and put him on the ground.
Alright,
If I'm closer, if she's-
an athletics check, you're definitely closer.
Would I have an advantage because this is something I do, like, constantly? Just, if not,
I won't
that's
give
fine.
you
It's
full
just-
advantage. I'll roll a d4, and that'll be your bonus.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know because this is why I initially wanted to be, like, fighter barbarian
Yeah,
thing.
so add a 4 to your thing.
Out of 4?
Yeah.
Pog. And what check was this?
Athletics.
Catastrophic feat.
That was spinny. 17, and I already have a +4, so 17 + 8.
Yeah, so you essentially just go for a full, like, 2 arms around his knees, lift him up fully, like, into, like, he's, like, slinked over your shoulder. As soon as he lifts the ground, he's, like, he's unconscious. He's, like, asleep fully.
I'm gonna say our normal thing when someone gets passed out is to lay him kind of, not in a corner, but, like, would we have an area set up for kind of people who are passed out?
In this
just to
town,
sit him in a chair.
yes.
You have the drunk tank.
The drunk
tank.
corner.
Basically, yeah, I just want to put him where we kind of put people who are, like, more passed out.
Yeah, we kind of, like, slink him over, and there's, like, a couple people already in the corner. There's, like, a genasi, like a fire genasi, whose hair is, like, at this point, like, burning like a Molotov, the amount of alcohol they've consumed.
Is it Fenry?
No, it is not Finnery. Though, if you... I would not want to try to make or replicate Finnery's accent if he was awake.
Oh god. It's like like a mixture between Scottish and Irish. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know how I did it.
Oh, wait, I forgot you two were in a campaign together. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Backstory? And then once he's over there,
Basically, he killed everything with Molotovs.
fair. You know what? It's a very efficient way to do
She
things.
was a wizard.
Oh.
There were a lot of skeletons, mostly
Look,
because of
alright,
him.
we don't have to get into the 40 skeletons now, alright? We can talk about it
God
after
damn.
the
Talk about
session,
that one by
but...
one.
Okay. Once I put Jason in the corner. No one's being in the corner. I'm gonna walk back and give Carlin a hug. If she's not like back at the counter.
Yeah, she sees you do that. Just kind of sigh of relief. Goes back. Yeah, it gives you kind of like a side hug while she's like pouring out a drink on the other hand. Alright, you go to your regular room now, alright?
These
You
are
alone then?
yeah, I'm just gonna quickly introduce everybody while she's busy. Or while she's serving. We got Andromeda, Ace, and Kuthar. These are my co-workers, I guess.
Well, if any of y'all need a room or a drink to warm you up, you know where I am. She says, as she quickly goes back, refills the jug, does a round.
I'm gonna
Breakfast would be nice.
sorry?
Would be nice.
You cut out. I still miss what you want.
He said breakfast would be nice.
Breakfast? Okay.
You hear just kind of a yellish, yeah, I'll get you one. We have a chalkboard over just down yonder. And she points over to a wall with a blackboard of the actual food they serve.
I guess I meander over there.
While everybody's doing that, I'm gonna get us set up in. I'll use my room and then an extra room, kind of
Yep.
double up.
I'm gonna. Is the bar rowdy right now?
It's
Very.
insane.
Good.
people-
That's my character. I'm gonna go over and try to be like try to just like hang out and drink with some of the rowdiest people in there.
Yeah, you
In the time.
you essentially
Yeah.
replace Jason with a seat as at his table. They're just going at it. You see, they're flipping coins, and then people are saying they're like guessing, and if they guess wrong, they drink.
Ooh.
50-50 chance. Everyone is always drunk all the time in this game.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
So they're just going at it. There's an elf who's like fairly composed, all things considered. They have a pretty high tolerance to alcohol. You got a human whose forehead is in the table at this point, and then another Goliath just sitting, one like elbow on their knee, just like, you know, I was a fighter. You know, I was great, right? It was just like bad, but it was also an owl, and I killed it.
You do that amazingly well.
I mean, good for you, Baron and Owl.
I know, right?
Like, yes.
Well,
I could usually. I could usually handle about 2 bears, 3 bears if you put in an extra.
Oh, that's a lot of bears, man. Well, any of them owls, though?
No, I wouldn't say any of them are owls, so you've got me beat there, bud.
Ah, yeah, I do. You see, his head like lolls in the other direction. Pats the human on the back. You know, Jerry here, right? Jerry, he was the greatest archer ever. Greatest I've ever seen. You helped me with the bow owl thing, right? Took a arrow right through the nostril. Like, how do you even do that with an owl? Do they even have nostrils?
I don't think so. I think owls more just have beaks. Maybe.
Ah, that thing.
Yeah. Kind of looks like a Pringle. Sorry, bugle, my bad.
I've never, no, even out of character, I've never heard a beak being referred to
Bugle.
as looking
It's
like a
bugle.
Pringle.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I said bugle, but fuck, I messed up. You know, one of those,
This is what we're here for.
Put that on the quotes for
Whole beak looking like a Pringle.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know what the quote was. I had kind of zoned out for a second,
Yeah,
and
they're
I come
more
back
of
and it's like
beaks,
it looked
you
like
know,
a
like they
Pringle.
look like a Pringle. It's the elf just kind of buds in. You know, owls are nature's slowest flying birds. And then immediately blacks out onto the table.
I think that's true.
We're gonna jump over to Nicoletta, who's walking up the stairs.
There we go.
Yeah, you make it to your room. Get all the things kind of placed out. Ace, I know Andromeda's going to order food. Ace, what you doing?
Go grab everyone to go have the big fish deal.
But it's still only what, like 9.
Yeah, you still got a couple
10.
hours.
Ace
I
has
literally
anxiety.
fell out of my chair.
Ace has anxiety, alright. So
Fair.
you're going to the market
It
like
doesn't
now?
matter if it's a few hours away. No, he's just keeping a fervent eye on the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like sitting in a corner, just like with an eye on a clock or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to mention that Kuthar had that whole conversation while still holding half a fish.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So just to make things a bit easier with like where we're putting things, I'm gonna set up, because it's Andromeda and I are girls, right? Just to double check, and Ace and Kuthar are guys. Double checking. Right?
From what I understand, yes.
Okay. So I'll set Andromeda up in with my room, like in my room, and then Ace and Kuthar in one room. So I'm not taking up like 3 or 4 rooms.
Yeah, alright.
That's nice. Grab the key for the one room, so nobody goes in it.
Yeah, you could do that pretty easily. Like nobody cares. Like a lot of your regulars just kind of like wave at you, like kind of like lazily.
I wave back. I go give the key to Ace
Alright.
for his and Kuthar's room.
I just stick it in my bag and make sure it's latched up.
So Ace, as you're waiting, just kind of at this point looking at the sun since clock's not invented yet. Woo!
Yay.
You're just kind of waiting.
Sundial strapped to his wrist.
Yeah, you have to keep it. It's like you're being
You have to be
very
in the sun
careful,
for it.
trying to get it like level too, so it's like actually accurate. So you're checking on the time, being careful. Give me a perception check at the window while everyone else is occupied.
I opened Steam accidentally. Whoops. Ooh, tavern. D&D tavern. Here we go.
Not well. Do well
You're
today.
cutting out.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. So with the 10,
My luck was going a little too well today.
yeah. As you're looking out, you have a line of sight to the Colosseum, and you notice a couple things. One, there is a stall out just outside the actual pathway to the main Coliseum surrounding area, there's a stall with a bunch of crates. It looks like there could be something similar to the bottles you have in them. You also see, like pretty far away, like near the actual Coliseum itself, are two human males. They look like in full uniform. You could assume they're actually the players for the big game coming up in the next day or two. And they're chatting around, and immediately one punches another, and then like something happens. You're not sure whether they move, but they just kind of disappear from view. And that's basically it. There's a lot of stuff going on that's like not as like obvious. Just random drunks kind of spilling onto the street. A couple fights that came from bars making their way outside. Kind of like a whole thing of at least take this out front kind of deal. Now the question
Just like
is,
stealthily go over to near the what I think is like the crates.
all right, so I'm leaving
That
the
is, like,
tavern. So the stall is facing the other way, so you can go up straight behind them. If you want to make a full-out stealth check, you could do that now. I'm going to roll my perception if you want to.
16 plus 7.
16 plus 7?
Yep. For stealth?
Shit.
Yeah. You kind of like furrow your wings directly behind your body, making you like as streamlined as possible. You get like not a full-on crouch, but you start to like be careful more of your knees and your ankles as you're walking. And you make it
The
an
bird
easy
just
like
fucking disappears.
yeah, you're making maybe like 10 feet away from them. And they haven't noticed you yet.
I like check out what it is they're actually selling or claiming to sell.
Yeah, there's a label on the crate that's Jason Diaz's Miracle Heal All Elixir, and you see in small writing a bunch of what looks like fine print of side effects, and there's a lot of them. There's like a full paragraph.
No.
I'm right now debating whether my 3 for a sleight of hand would be sufficient enough to just steal one and bring it back. But I am in the military, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to like just sneak back and like tell everyone else about it.
Yeah, you could definitely make it back to the bar. Just quick question. So I'm gonna go to Andromeda right after this. But Kuthar, are you going to drink with the Goliath and everyone at the table? Are you
I'm
gonna
going to see
participate?
if I,
Or you just
honestly,
there for
I'm
the
gonna
vibe?
see if I can make some friends.
All right.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So you're just
Oh, no.
you're playing this game. You're vibing with them.
Hell yeah.
Just casually, very casually, the Goliath commits like tax fraud. He's like, yeah, like, look, man, like, screw the government, tax fraud, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But going past that, it's genuinely a good time. You learn that the Goliath's name is Gorug, so Gor, like
Alright, I'm gonna write this
dash
down.
UG. I almost forgot how to spell the word I said 2 seconds ago. So if you, he basically like he's drunkenly like, hey, look, if you ever need to commit tax fraud, you know a guy, right?
Didn't I meet the archer? His name is Jimmy or Jerry?
Jerry. So it's Jerry with a G.
Okay.
How do you spell Jerry with a G?
Just Gerry.
And anybody else
Gary?
around the table?
Good Jerry.
Good Jerry.
Jerry.
Anybody else those inns?
Yeah, there was the elf, who has a very, very unpronounceable name, so I'm not even gonna try and spell it out or say it.
Yeah.
It's something more like right? Like, there's a lot of F's,
Very
a lot of
elfish.
S's that are just there. The most elven elf name you could think of, essentially.
Spoken through a thick Irish accent.
An
All right,
Irish
well,
elf. I want
I'll
to
keep
see
those
that.
names in line
kinda what
for
elves are
next
from.
time because, you know, just in case, gotta expand my friends, you know?
Mhm.
Just in case you may need some help, you know?
So, Andromeda,
Committing
you're...
tax fraud?
Sorry?
Committing tax fraud? You
Yes,
may need
committing
help
tax fraud,
committing
or
tax
if you
fraud?
need an archer.
No, one or the other.
You
If
never
need
know.
it.
You're bound to find them both at one point or another.
You right?
You never know. Okay. So, for food.
Yeah, you're looking at this blackboard. It's very, like, it doesn't have any of those descriptors. It's basically just bacon and eggs, and then just bread. And then under it's a loaf or slice. Because, you know, drunk breakfasts are often just a loaf of wheat. There's also like a dinner menu of the whole thing of, like, they actually sell, like, steak here. Nicoletta, you know yourself that the steak is... It is cow. It's just not a great part of it. It's like...
It's not.
Yeah, there's better
You
steak
don't
in
want
Could
the
be a
city.
better cut. Could be
Mhm.
a better cut somewhere else.
But
But if I'm asked, I am promoting our business.
yes, of course. All of things are good here at Nimble Inn.
Of course.
Yes, very good. Yeah, I think Andromeda's just gonna get some bread.
Yeah, Carolyn just kind of comes up, asks for your order. Alright, so, what will you have here? Here, that's not so good.
That's why you end up
You'll
dropping it.
probably be getting some bread.
Alright, honey, I'll get that for you right away. And there we go, that's the accent. And she leaves for the back room for a quick second.
And it.
Found it!
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So Andromeda, you see Ace kind of come into the building, kind of looking pretty, like, not on edge, but definitely something happened.
I wave him over.
Ace, if you're talking, we can't hear.
Can you hear me now, or am I gonna have to?
Nope, you're good.
You're good.
Now we
I'm
can.
gonna lie, I completely spaced for like the past 10 seconds or so.
Yes.
Andromeda is waving you over
Okay.
from coming back in.
I'm gonna head over.
You seem a bit startled. Did you find anything?
You know those vials we found in the lake? I found people selling them.
That's interesting.
We're like just over there.
That is interesting.
And it matches the piece of paper that was found on the snail.
Hopefully more complete.
Oh yeah. I repeat what it is because I already can't pronounce it.
Jason Diaz's heal all elixir.
full thing is Jason
Yeah.
Diaz's Miracle Heal All Elixir, and then
Miracle
its
Heal
tagline is Cure All Your Problems.
Yeah, I'm gonna repeat that.
Solve all your problems.
Solve all your problems.
Well, I mean, technically, death is a cure-all solution.
Ooh.
Alright.
Hot take, but okay.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't cure death, though.
Death doesn't cure death?
No.
I mean...
In fact, it's one of the main causes of it.
Keep going, I'm gonna stop
We just
saying
have a
it.
time here.
How do you spell miracle? M-I-R-A-C-I-L-E?
No, just Ellie. No I think.
I was never gonna figure it out, so I don't really.
That looks right. I'm saying it's right. Fuck it.
Yep. That's the attitude we're
This
looking
is a
for
fantasy
here.
world. Words don't have to make sense.
Exactly.
Sorry, I keep
You
interrupting
can be
you.
Game of
Make the words
Thrones
what
and
they
change the
want,
spelling
what
of
we
sir.
want them to be. Yeah.
Or, you know, add a
Yeah.
Starbucks cup for no reason. Sorry.
Anywho. Moving on.
Alright, so what do we do in regards to the just shady business that is the cure-all solution?
Well, now that's a question, isn't it?
I say we don't do anything. Let it deal with itself. It is not a problem.
At least like the local guards or whatever about it.
Does it seem like it was hurting anyone?
The flail snail was hurting people.
It wasn't.
It could.
They're mostly passive creatures. Unless you're really stupid, you're not likely to get hurt by one.
But that might not have been the only thing affected.
That is fair, but that has already happened. At the least we could do is warn that some larger animals might be showing up.
Okay.
If there's anything else you would like to do, I cannot stop you. But you will be doing it on your own. Unless you do feel it is necessary that help comes along.
Local militia about big things in the lake.
Are you gonna do that right now?
Okay.
What time is it in game?
So roughly at this point it's like, let's say like 11:15.
The meeting. Because big fish is more important than big creatures in the lake.
Big fish.
Big fish?
Big
Big
fish.
fish.
We made big fish. Those creatures made themselves.
No.
No,
they
no,
didn't
we
make it.
made the
We
big fish.
made big fish.
We're the ones who played God in this case.
That's what I said. Zinzer just gave you the power.
Oh god.
What god's disappointed in his players?
No. I'm just like, in hindsight, yeah, I am 100% to blame for this. Anywho,
Oh my gosh.
what's the current things going on other than tax fraud Goliath?
Alright. I'm gonna stop.
I think I'm gonna try to clean up Kuthar after my breakfast.
I would have started helping around the tavern, around the inn.
All right.
making sure Carolyn isn't overwhelmed, keeping an eye on my crew, on our crew.
Yeah, she's doing pretty well. She's had this tavern for like over 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
Like, she's got
Yeah.
it handled.
Stopping any brawls from starting.
I will be spending 5 points of lay on hands on Kuthar just to sober him up a bit.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
complete. Yeah, all right. So, sure, yeah. Kuthar, you would have been trashed, whether you like that or not. And then Andromeda just kind of comes up, puts a hand on you, just kind of like gestures to like kind of go. I'm assuming since it's almost big fish time,
Big fish.
and
Oh,
you
big
are
fish.
slightly less drunk.
Big fish.
And the scar over Andromeda's eyes starts to look a bit fresher.
Neat. So,
Anyway, big fish time.
anyways, big fish time. Is everyone going to big fish, or just
Yeah.
Ace and Kuthar?
Yeah.
I think we requested their help, especially.
Yeah.
Ix.
Nicoletta?
Nicoletta.
It's gonna be years until I stop calling you Ix.
Oh yeah.
I've accepted. I'm either Ix, Nicoletta, or Lauren, and so far it's been Ix. I am cool with it.
It's easier to say.
Also, it's just a cool name.
I don't
Yeah.
even remember where I got it from.
Look, 3-letter names, I'm in for it.
Yeah, once I see them heading out, I'm gonna kind of tell Nicoletta, even
Carolyn?
I'm not Nicoletta anymore.
No.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna tell Carolyn that I'm heading out and join them.
Yeah, alright. So you kind of give her a heads up, and as everyone leaves, I'm gonna say that's where we take a break, because we could do that.
All right.
Break
water,
and
water, bathroom, whatever you want.
Yeah,
We
head
will
out.
return shortly and probably banter in the middle, because big fish.
big fish.
Big
Yep.
fish.
Big fish.
Big fish.
I have to
Okay,
talk to some
I will
people
be right
real
back.
quick. They have me to talk
Yeah.
to them.
Yep.
Where are they at?
I'll grab a water. Please don't derail my stream completely.
You can do nothing to stop me. Dinner.
All right. How many of us are currently here? Just me. Woo! Nice.
Wrong again.
Oh, god damn it. I saw everyone
Oh.
muted and I assumed.
It's just not that.
Yeah, and also, Masked needed to make some calls, I heard. So, out of game and out of character, I've been it's very obvious the plot hooks I'm kind of throwing out, right?
Kinda?
Yeah, It's like I'm completely fine if
Yeah.
people miss them. It's like the whole deal of, yeah, reasonably.
Like, I can definitely tell they're a plot. Also, I am dumb.
No, yeah,
I
no,
am a big dumb.
like do not worry about it.
And Andromeda's kind of just indifferent. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think, we'll start back when everyone's here. I don't see us going more than like till 10 though, till 10 our time, so EST.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, just cause like I'm not sure if people work or whatever, right? Everyone has a schedule.
Yeah.
Unless we get carried away, because that is an option.
Okay, I found a mask on Amazon that I am gonna buy.
The algebra in the back, the whole whatever that's
Yeah.
going on.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
That one.
Moments taken before disaster.
Yeah. That was a really big snail, and I was right. It could be a really big snail.
It was a very big snail.
Big snail. It's
My
just
reasoning
covering
was
a big fish.
impeccable.
And no, I'm not gonna say that. I was about to say something. I'm like, never mind. We're good.
I'm glad we didn't fight the flail snail.
It's not a full flail snail. Don't worry.
I understand that, but like, yeah. So, as I stated, when you asked what we were going to do to pry off the snail, Andromeda's sword does have a very noticeable
I
crack.
completely
about
forgot
halfway up
about
the
that
sword.
too.
Yeah. It's also made of a blue stone, so.
Mhm.
It is slightly magical. Simply because it is made of a blue stone.
We will find stuff out later in exposition stuff. Probably.
Yeah.
No, I just can't wait until we get to level 3, and then my character can have existential dread.
And I summon kelp. And, smite or whatever.
Just a minor thing. But I've always wanted to play a paladin that's like, that acts like a caster. Just like straight up just always uses their spells.
Yeah. I think the first time I played a paladin in D&D, like the 5th session, they got killed.
Ah.
Yeah. It was fine.
I feel like a half orc paladin is like the most survivable, other than like a totem druid or totem barbarian.
Oh, probably. No, this is a changeling paladin.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I would think like changeling redemption or something.
Strangely enough, it's actually the path I have planned for Andromeda. It was. Yeah.
No, after looking at the characters I create, I realized one thing. I do not like my characters to take damage. Like, my very first character I had was a barbarian, which is all about reducing the amount of damage you take. And then my characters after that was a warlock who could shoot you 600 feet away and then blast you back like 30 to 40 feet. Now my second one is an archer in the sky who could shoot you from far away.
We love to
If you
see it.
looked at my last character, you would have thought that about me, because it had, like, an almost 40 armor class.
Oh my god, we don't even want to talk about your freaking gun warlock. That was insane.
I don't even remember
A war for cause
all of what I did to do that.
it was
He
a
didn't
bunch of
even wear
homebrew
armor.
bullshit.
He didn't even wear armor.
Yeah, the campaign I played with, I didn't run it with Cold. It was a lot of homebrew. And I'm not like opposed to that. Like if everyone's into it, like why not?
Did I miss?
The
did I miss-
downside,
Everyone's having fun. It's good.
What am I
like-
missing?
Basically nothing.
we were just talking.
Gotcha.
Just vibes.
All
I'm just
vibes.
talking about Warforged with 40 AC.
Ah.
Almost 40 AC. That was only after the first round of combat, though.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for masks and then we can start back up.
I was worried I
Flip
had
side is,
missed stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I actually like my characters to take damage, because if they die, it might be a stepping stone for character development for everyone else.
Yes.
See, I always have the problem where I always have like 50 characters in the back wing, and I'm never gonna play them.
Oh my god. In my campaign that my brother's running, I have like a good like 6 backup characters, and I've had them numbered of which ones I'm gonna play. But at the same time, my cinnamon roll half orc bard, who's a painter and also a child, I'm like, do I really want them to die though?
Yeah, that's a tough decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's either that
My
or
backup
like
character
8.
for this game is... I'll have to use it.
Canonically, my Eric Cocker Ranger is only 8 years old.
Eric Cockers only live to like 30, which is insane.
Yep,
We
they reach
can
age of
change
maturity by
that,
the age of
though.
3.
I know I can change that, but I mean,
We
it
can
makes
make him
sense.
live 300 years.
Nothing that big with hollow bones is gonna last a while.
Well, they're not hollow, they're full of
The
lungs.
longest.
Hmm.
Like parrots can live up to like 70 years. I know like emus and that type of stuff live very long lives.
I might, depending
Parrots
on how
can
I,
live longer than Aarakocra.
depending on how I do it, I might rule that, like certain types of Aarakocra, for example, like a vulture Aarakocra might live longer than like a parakeets actually live a while.
Pigeon.
Pigeon, yeah. Of like the whole deal with like certain types of Aarakocra, I'm probably gonna play the same thing of like, because I'm considering making Knoll, like Knoll's like just straight up more like canine than hyena, especially in certain scenarios.
Okay.
Because like a good portion.
Of Lammergeiers.
Sorry.
Right now, my bird is based off of a Lammergeier, like my Aarakocra is a Lammergeier Aarakocra. Lammergeiers live up to 40 years in captivity.
I'm really
And
mad
yet-
at you for that. Their faces are really cool, but the back plumage is really hard to draw.
Yeah, I always kind of forget. I'm
We
like,
just
oh
eat
yeah,
bones.
Ace is just a blood-stained vulture.
Yeah, just a red and black vulture.
Bright red. And white.
Yeah. And they'll sometimes just pick up rocks and drop it on things to kill them.
So smart birds.
Effective?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just really like Lammergeiers.
They are neat birds.
They're really cool.
Personally, favorite bird, cassowary. Love the freaking cassowary.
Murder chicken.
Murder chickens. Isn't it like they can
What?
sense heartbeats and then stab you with their toe?
Can disembowel you.
Time
with
they'll leave you
their
alone.
toes.
The other 10% of the time you're dead.
Yeah. 'Cause, like,
Like moose.
their yeah, their toes like lock in for like a full dagger, like, and it becomes a weapon.
Farthest out toe is just sharp enough to, cut flesh.
Yeah, birds are weird.
Their claws are like longer than our hands.
Yeah.
So
While we wait,
sorry. Yeah, while we wait.
I've been trying to figure out how Andromeda's mouth would work.
As a crab,
Because
yeah.
It has those weird, plate things in front. She's also kind of humanoid, so would she have teeth as well?
I mean, that's up to you. I can go either way.
The plates pull back to reveal, like,
Just human teeth.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a nightmare.
That would be really weird.
Oh,
I mean-
Sins.
Hmm.
If I'm interrupting anything, let me know. I'm
No,
kind
no.
of zoned out with
That's fine.
with languages, because you said Infernal was like a secondary language in.
Yeah. Like an unofficial secondary language.
Mm-hmm. How should I add that, or should I replace, like, say, Elvish with it or Giant with it?
It's a language. I'll just give it to you. Like, it's not like I'm giving you a completely new ability.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'll allow you to take that as just an extra language for backstory reasons.
Okay, thank you. I gotta figure out how to add it.
Or the D&D Beyond.
Hmm?
Yeah, she uses D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm. Because
Okay,
I
I
am
think at
Spellbind. Okay, here we go. I can just add a custom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, on proficiency in the languages, you can add it there.
Yeah, like, I would be completely down to do all of our character sheets on D&D Beyond if a lot of it wasn't behind paywalls. Because
Yeah.
That's a free
I
one.
have most of
Yeah.
the books, right?
Mhm.
Like, I have Tasha's, I have Xanathar's, I have the PHB. So it's extremely annoying when I have to buy it again
To unlock it.
to unlock it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like if that wasn't
I'm kind of in that same boat.
if that
Because
wasn't
I know
a
you can do
thing,
custom
You
ones.
can get, like, a code to where it would, like, correlate.
yeah,
That would be
like
better.
The
like
online one.
on the inside of like a cover of those books. Yeah,
When I first got into D&D, I bought, like, the 3 core handbooks,
yeah,
not
yeah.
knowing that everything was going to be online.
Well, I kind
And
of
then the only way to
Yeah.
play was online.
I kind of
I
got
got more than the 3 core handbooks.
yeah. I like having a lot of things physical, even though I've only ever played online because I got kind of screwed and got into D&D the February of 2020.
Wait, I think same.
Yeah. So it was a whole deal of like, ooh, I like this game. Because I first got into Let's Plays. I was telling, especially Nicoletta, the British guy I'm talking about. I got into his videos and I'm like, yo, this seems cool. I want in. So then I got,
What British guy?
yeah, he's Johnny Chiodini from Oxventurers. I'm not sure if any of you, if that rings a bell for any of you. They were
No,
like one of
not
the
really.
biggest inspirations for me actually getting into D&D. Mainly because they went at it so like casually of like, yeah, we're just here to fuck around. So yeah, I got into it and then immediately the pandemic hit, so I'm like, well, I'm kind of
Oh,
screwed
well.
there.
Or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, and then I went on to Roll20. I went on to Reddit, checked out a few things, and then you guys are existing.
Oh,
Yeah, like legitimately, like it's insane. I know a lot of people, especially like newer people, especially getting into like earlier editions of D&D, think it's like a massive barrier to entry. Just fuck it. Just go online.
Hell no.
Get a couple people. Granted, yeah, I was extremely lucky finding two groups of really good people, two really good DMs in both Warloff's group with Cold and the group I have now. I'm extremely lucky that none of you are murderers. But yeah, like just get into it. You're essentially just like screwing around with friends, except
Yep.
there's some shiny click-clacks involved.
shiny click clacks.
I'm just gonna say we weren't
There's some
murder hobos
artificial
most of the
stakes
time.
involved.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
only burnt
gambling
down a
with
tavern
friends
once.
essentially.
True.
Yeah. Story-based.
We only burnt
gambling.
down a tavern once, and maybe like 2 work buildings, and maybe like a
In all fairness, he was
little
a dick.
shed area.
He was what?
Dick.
He was a
Oh.
dick, and I played him especially to be a dick.
You did that so well, by the way.
I know, I meant
yeah.
to, cause you came to me with Ix and was like, here's the character. Also, just clicking into my brain now, you really like people who work in taverns, huh?
It's an easy setup.
It is an easy setup. So
That's also the only way I know how to introduce in D&D because that's where my first ever campaign was, in a tavern. In whatever.
I
and
try
then
and
critical role.
yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Too easy.
Yeah, but you bring me a character and you're like, yeah, there's this tavern owner that's got some leverage over me and is more or less blackmailing me into being here, and I'm like, oh, this guy's 100% gonna be a dick. There's no way he's not. And then session, I think it took you guys 3 sessions. 3
Yeah.
sessions
Yeah, it was
We were
second
living
before
in
you
the city.
burn his place down.
And
We
then
were living
me
in
and
the city,
Vanas said we were in a brothel to Ix instead of burning down the place.
And then
Only
that
three?
became
That
a
was our
running
cover
joke.
story.
And still, to this
Yeah.
day, she believed it.
Only three sessions.
Only 3
Yeah.
sessions.
Also, by the way, I still come
Every
across
other
the name
time we burnt
Brett
down
more
places.
often than my own name.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and to
Which
be
is-
fair, all the other places we went and burnt down, you gave us Greek fire, so like,
I don't know why I did that. As a DM, look, I'm gonna talk to anyone
oh,
on
God,
stream
You did that?
that wants to be a DM. Do never give your party explosives. Never.
oh,
It's a horrible idea.
It is,
No,
and
what
I
do you mean?
feel
It's a great idea.
like it's
Take
fun.
it from
It's
me.
fun for everyone
I
involved.
burnt down everything.
But my God, the amount of times you're like, "Hey, can I use Greek fire with this?" And I'm like, "Technically, yes,
Oh.
you
Have
can."
you heard about the Have you heard about the makeshift flamethrowers that some people would strap to the front of the boats and use Greek
Oh.
fire with?
Oh no.
Emphasis on makeshift.
let
Gotta
me just
love
write
it.
this down for future sessions.
Oh no.
To be fair, Ace isn't very much the inventive type with his all of 11 intelligence.
11 intelligence.
Ace.
You're slightly above average.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that Carl is now a VTuber? I don't know if you heard
No.
that. Carl Jacobs.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he now has a VTuber model. It's really, it's so like, it's like very cutely animated. Like, style-wise, I don't know how to say it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. It's just I got his Twitch from Discord and was like, or notification from Discord, and I was like, oh, VTuber. Okay.
Interesting.
Big fish.
Big fish.
Big
Um,
fish.
I'm.
Ah yes, birds with their beaks like Pringles.
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
I'll text Matt.
Guys, you hear that?
Sorry?
I mean, like, did Ace hear that conversation?
Was Ace in earshot? Ooh, good question.
That would be amazing.
I would say yes, just because I want to see where that goes.
Okay, now in flaws, I am now writing down self-confidence.
Oh no!
Yes.
Poor baby!
You already have anxiety.
Oh.
He's this
Yeesh.
8-year-old
Cut him
with, like,
some
all the
slack.
pressure of his clan and religion on him.
Yeah. Yeesh, you need to give him some slack.
Yeah.
Looking at my plans for him,
No way.
I mean,
Oh, yes. Babushka,
my plan is
babushka,
kinda rough.
babushka, yeah.
like,
Yeah, I think everyone more or less has a plan on, especially for a subclass of where they want their character to go.
yeah.
Whether or not you want to say that right now, because I still stream here.
Oh,
Can I
no.
say what I've
I'm
been, like,
fine
playing with all
saying
day?
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Andromeda is likely going to be an Ancient's Paladin.
Oh,
I see. Gotta love the half-druidness.
Yeah.
Also, Misty Step on a paladin? Like, okay.
Ayo.
Yeah.
The implications of that.
I didn't
Moonbeam
even
on
remember that
paladin?
Misty Step. Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized that was, like, right in my mic.
Very much, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna outright say what subclass Ace is getting, but I'm very much leaving giant hints, especially with the whole egg thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I'm not gonna lie.
Stalker.
I've been toying with being a bard subclass all day.
Honestly, look, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't, I swear.
You'd just be disappointed.
Not even disappointed, no. Just I wouldn't be disappointed, just the opposite of proud. Does that make sense?
I'm not disappointed. Just
What
the
a bad
opposite of
vibe.
proud.
Well, it's like,
I'm not
Sorry,
quite
get that
totally
shit on a shirt.
disappointed.
Get that on a shirt, for the love of God. If you don't, I will get it on a shirt. There's a place in the mall by me. I'm not disappointed. Just the opposite of proud.
No, you need to add the dot in between.
mm-hmm.
Hmm?
The first session was a bit rough. I think we found our footing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the tone of the
Most
game
definitely.
we want.
Yeah.
It can
I'm
be
s-
serious, but for the most part, we're just gonna be.
Fucking around.
We're chaos outside of the game, actually, more so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've been kind of toying with
Yeah,
it.
my Discord name, Heir to Chaos.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Oh, excuse me. No, I don't know. Mask hasn't responded. I will call him physically, because he does that too. He doesn't
Okay,
actually do that to me as often.
Word.
So, what did you mean by Bard subclass?
Like a multi-class into Bard.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Oh God.
Could
A
you imagine?
Barbarian.
Barbarian! That's it.
You
No,
just
I'm doing
hit
it now.
People with a trombone.
No, it'd probably be a ukulele.
Again?
Oh, God.
No.
Now
Probably
I
gonna
want to
be
make an
something else.
NPC called Luke Alele.
Oh. A didgeridoo that doubles as a
Be warned, he will come up somewhere when you least expect it. This is what I want, to almost kill my players.
Yeah, I accidentally killed my barbarian player. I don't know why everyone's so upset. I brought him back.
Oh, fuck. I haven't even called masked. Okay.
Alright, so yeah,
I'm calling
worst
him.
case scenario, we could end it soon-ish.
Yeah.
And we had a longer
We're
game
just
than
selling
last
a
time,
fish.
either way, right? I think.
Yeah.
We had a pretty
Well, when
short
you said
one
break
last
instead
game.
of end, I was like, hello.
Well, I thought
Oh,
we would
he
do a
didn't pick
break
up.
and then come back at like 9:30, 9:45, and then go till like
Oh, yeah.
10:30ish.
Yeah.
If that works with everyone.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of deciding. Because my roommate came back for a night. Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
worst case scenario, we could
Hey.
end it here.
Good, you.
Yeah, worst case.
Good, you.
But I'd probably fine with just vibing.
God damn it, I
Please,
got,
anyone.
I got,
Please.
I don't even know how to respond to this. Robbie, pick up, please. I forgot
Okay.
his answer tone is is literally as if he's picked up. And then he's like, lol, JK, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you
Oh
down.
my god, he
He legit
rickrolls you
fell
in
for
his
it.
message?
Huh?
He rickrolls you on his answering machine? Like,
Because he responds as if, you know, he's picked up, and I
no,
thought
yeah,
he responded
that
tiredly.
kind of joke one.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know
and
how
I fell for
this
it.
is the highest number of viewers we have right now, but it is.
Oh, hello.
It's still
Yeah,
3.
God. Hopefully all
Comes
of
back
you
for
are
the
having a
Rickroll.
good time.
Yep. I'm 90% sure one of you is Lauren, too.
You'll never know.
We're just vibing, alright? Like, viewers are neat, but it's like not the end of the world, right? God.
Who was a goblin just now? Hello?
Me.
We're all goblins in our hearts.
Yeah, shiny
Yes, except I can vocalize it.
I just rolled a nat 1 as I said shiny click clack. I'm done.
Yes.
God.
I think I'm calling it tonight, guys. Sorry. Bahamut is just not with me. Wait, what color's Bahamut again?
Silver, in my world.
Platinum.
Oh,
Typically platinum, but
Yeah.
I screwed up in like the second session of my last campaign and went with it.
That's why I mentioned. Oh wait, for the 2 people
That was
watching,
almost
that's why I
silver.
mentioned the egg as silver.
Not canon though. We talked about this.
no, it totally is canon.
Canon.
It was a very large
This is the. I'm
metal
sending it in.
egg.
I'm sending
It
the
must be
picture
very
in Discord. Every time we go, I get this feeling, and every time we get
Okay, I think we're slowly descending into madness, so I think we're gonna end it here, at least on the stream.
This is why I asked what
Oh my
color
God.
Bahamut was in memes. No, is it a meme?
Why?
It is.